What if the universe isn't just a cold, silent void? What if every glowing galaxy, every vibrating string of dark matter, and every beam of ancient light is part of a vast, thinking structure, a brain, not human, not alien, but cosmic, something so grand in scale that our neurons are just a faint echo of its architecture? Welcome to the cosmic web, a structure so massive and mysterious, it may be more than a map of galaxies. It might be the mind of the universe itself. When we look up at the night sky, we see stars scattered like diamonds on velvet, but beyond what the eye can see, far deeper than any telescope could once imagine, lies something far more complex. A pattern, a structure, a web. This isn't poetry, it's physics. Astronomers call it the cosmic web, the largest known structure in the universe. It stretches across 93 billion light-years, woven from dark matter, galaxies, and vast filaments of gas and gravity. But here's what makes it truly astonishing. It looks almost biological. Zoom in on the cosmic web, and you'll find galaxies clustered along long, thread-like structures called filaments. These filaments twist and bend, connecting massive clusters across enormous distances. In between them, gigantic, hauntingly empty voids, regions of space with almost no galaxies at all. Now zoom in on something else. A human brain. Under the microscope, neurons form nodes, filaments, and hubs, almost exactly like the structure of the universe. The similarity isn't just visual, it's mathematical. In 2020, physicist Franco Vatsa and neuroscientist Alberto Felletti conducted a stunning study, comparing the cosmic web to the neural network of the human brain. They found that the distribution of matter, the number of connections per node, and the way information travels were strikingly alike. Think about that. A brain made of neurons, a universe made of galaxies, both following the same architecture.
But why? Why would the universe, a space so vast and impersonal, mirror something as intimate as the human brain? Is it coincidence? A quirk of physics? Or something more? Some scientists believe it may be the result of a fundamental rule of nature, whether it's electrons arranging in atoms, stars gathering into galaxies, or neurons forming memories in a skull. Complexity follows patterns. Patterns repeat. And when they repeat across scales, we call it a fractal. The cosmic web may be a fractal brain, a mind scaled up to galactic proportions. Not thinking like we do, not conscious like we are, but possibly processing. Here's the theory: each galaxy could act like a node, exchanging gravity, radiation, and dark matter feedback with its neighboring galaxies. The filaments connecting them? They behave like information highways, much like axons and dendrites in our own nervous system.
And the more we study this structure, the harder it becomes to ignore the parallels. The universe might not just be a collection of matter, it might be a network, a system, a mind. In this chapter, we've only scratched the surface. The map is just beginning to form. But one thing is becoming clear: the universe doesn't just contain structure, it may be one. A structure so large, so intricate, that its design echoes our own, from neuron to nebula, from cortex to cosmic web. And if that's true, then perhaps we're not just observing the universe. Perhaps we're part of it, inside a thought too big to recognize. Let's ask a radical question. Does intelligence need a brain? Because if intelligence is just the ability to process information, to respond to inputs, to adapt, then perhaps it doesn't require neurons at all. In nature, we see intelligence emerge without minds. A flock of birds changes direction mid-flight, perfectly coordinated, yet no single bird is in charge. Ant colonies build cities, wage wars, and farm food, yet no ant is thinking. Even cells in your body work together with no awareness, and still create you. This is called emergent behavior, when simple parts come together to create something far more complex, even intelligent. Now apply that logic to the entire universe. Imagine every galaxy as a single unit. Every black hole, every star system, every supernova, interacting through forces like gravity, magnetism, and dark energy. Could this unimaginable web of interactions be a kind of cosmic emergence? Could the universe be more than the sum of its parts? Here's where science begins to flirt with philosophy. There's a growing theory in physics and consciousness studies that's gaining traction. Consciousness may not require biology. Instead, it may emerge from information processing and complex feedback loops, even in non-living systems. In this view, consciousness is not a product of brains. It is a fundamental property of the universe, like space, time, or gravity. This concept is called panpsychism, the idea that consciousness is everywhere, in some primitive form. Rocks aren't thinking, but they may carry proto-consciousness, the raw ingredients. And when enough of these ingredients interact, say, in a human brain, or in a galaxy-filled web spanning billions of light years, they could spark something new, something aware. Think of how your own brain works. It's made up of 86 billion neurons, and not one of them knows you exist. But together, they create thought, memory, love, fear, curiosity. So now consider this. The universe holds an estimated 2 trillion galaxies. That's 2 trillion cosmic neurons, linked by gravitational filaments, exchanging energy, colliding, collapsing into black holes, expanding through space. It's a cosmic feedback system, vast, active, evolving. Could this be enough to create emergent intelligence? Not human intelligence, not logical or emotional, but something else, something alien, something universal, a self-regulating, self-interacting intelligence that doesn't live inside the universe, but is the universe. This idea isn't just poetic, it's being studied by physicists, cosmologists, and systems theorists around the world, because the deeper we look, the more we see systems that mirror life, structure without chaos, order rising from entropy, and feedback mechanisms that seem intentional. Could the cosmic web be thinking, in a way we don't yet understand? Could galaxies be exchanging more than matter and light, but also information? And if that's true, then we may be drifting inside a living system, a system that doesn't think like a human, but thinks like a universe. Consciousness not born, but grown, not housed in a skull but stretched across spacetime itself. And perhaps, when we gaze into the night sky, we aren't just looking at stars, we're staring into the eyes of something much greater, something that doesn't speak in words, but in gravity, in radiation, in creation, and now, it might be listening back.